Productions. I'm Intox along with BDot, baby.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Maybe I gotta go into the DJ days and
Just right one side. There it is. Just hold it on the one side.
skew. You remember that shit? The motherfuckers, they had that shit on one side, boy.
That's what those are built for too.
Yeah.
These specific phones are built to have the one side ready like that. Yeah, so you can so you can hear people talking and shit.
Yo, that's crazy.
These are built for that. Yeah. So episode 131.
Yeah.
Fuck's going on? Where y'all been since last week? What's been going on?
Shit.
What's happening out in the world?
Dealing with this rain.
Right. Yeah, there's more rain than usual.
Yeah.
It's like, you're like, what's going on? You're like, why rain now?
Right.
You know, why can't we just have summer? What happened to summer? We're in June, baby. Half the year's gone.
Yeah.
See ya.
Well, tomorrow be the...
It's almost 2026.
Yeah, damn.
Remember when we came in here that one time? We still talk about that shit. We came in here and said, hey, it's March. It's about to be 2024. It's 2025 now.
Right.
Since we said that.
Right. Damn.
How much? It's been a year and some change. And we were like, it's almost 2024. It's fucking 2025 and half of it's gone.
Out of here. I don't even know what happened.
Right. A lot's happened since January.
I just know we here.
Right. Lots happened since January.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's crazy, right? Think about just that time frame. From January to now, how much fucking shit has really gone on? Let's just go over it. So we got inauguration at the end of January.
Okay.
Trump comes in, right? But before that was even happening, orbs were all over the place.
Right.
Right. We had a couple of we had that crazy plane crash in Philadelphia in February, where it looked like a fucking missile. Just fucking struck.
There's a few plane crashes.
Well, but that one would look like a missile.
Okay.
The other ones probably were the helicopters. The helicopter crashes were crashes, but that one in Philly was like a boom. Should look like a fucking missile. That was no fucking plane. But anyways, you see what I'm saying? So yeah, and then we come March shows up. What else we got going on in March?
Different moons and shit,
Right.
suns.
Yeah,
and
we had eclipses and moons and shit. Different blue moons and pink moons and kinds of weird shit going on.
Speaking of that, we supposed to get another one tonight.
Yeah,
I think
after
a
this,
strawberry.
we'll have to go check it out.
A strawberry moon.
Maybe we'll get a picture for you. We don't know. We'll see.
A strawberry. I don't know what the fuck. They got all type of damn moons now.
Right. But that's something I've been thinking about. Right. It's like,
what happened
when all this stuff we're talking about. When has any of this kind of shit ever happened ever in the world ever? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it just that we have enough access to information so we're seeing more? Or is it like, or has the world gone crazy in a way? You know, when you really think about it. Why is all this shit happening? I got a theory. I got a theory that I heard from somebody the other day. We've talked about it before, where we've said, remember I've said something like back in 2001 is when like the reset happened, and we've just been like fucking, we've been living out AI ever since kind of shit. AI's kind of took over, it's remaking the movies, it's doing our commercials, it's making up half the fucking shit on social media. You know what I mean? I've said stuff like that before. But what I want to add to it, though, is think about that, right? If there was a reset back then, what have they been doing ever since? Trying to reprogram us. So every reset, there's always a reprogramming stage, right? They take the youngins and they start teaching them some new weird shit so that they can change the narrative, you know what I mean? Just like they've done to us now. They confused the kids about genders. They've confused the kids about all these different things. The newest generation, they're never going to get a fucking job. You know what I mean? Like, we can't even get jobs right at this point sometimes. So how the fuck are they going to get a job? You see what I'm saying? So things are so fucking chaotic when you look at it that way, that it's like, this has to be the craziness that happens at a reset. When a reset happens, this is the crazy. But here's the kicker. We're the gods that we've been waiting for. So the idea is you can't get past us this time. See, those resets happen because they were able to reprogram people and get past it and push it and move it. And whoever was trying to push the narrative, they censored you. threw you in an asylum, threw you in a penitentiary. What are you going to do? Now you're just weird. They're just like, everybody's like, oh, look at these weird fucks.
Right.
Because you're screaming from the heavens, you know. Look, the world's going to end. This happened. Because there was so many times it was supposed to. It was their world that was supposed to end. That's how we always talk about it. But they reset it and gave themselves more time. Well, that doesn't happen this time. This is the final deal. It's the last cycle. That's what they call it, right? So the theory, as I push that theory, is that so if we got reset early 2000, 2001 with the 9/11, all this shit, Y2K, whatever, and we've been watching AI and all this shit the whole time, it's because they control the AI and they just been teaching us fucking lies ever since.
Bomb droppers.
But we're too smart. We're too smart. We got on social media. We figured shit out. We started fucking talking to each other. Next thing you know, welcome to Awkward Intelligence. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Sound about right. Yes, sir.
They can't put the crazies in asylums anymore. They can't put the crazies in the penitentiary anymore. You can't censor us anymore. There's too many platforms. We out here. So...
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can't.
There's a lot of platforms.
And the thing is the more they do try to censor people and cut people off, we see it. And we go, wait a minute, look what they just did over there. Mm-hmm. Oh, he was up to some, he was on to some shit.
And then more people, right?
And then more people see it and wake up. Mm-hmm. You know, like we talked about, every time fucking Joe Biden used to trip going up the fucking stairs, it was waking people up because people are going, I don't remember presidents doing weird shit like that. Yeah, because that's not how it works. We're not fumbling around. You know what I mean? That's not how our president walks around. He don't walk around fumbling and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, when has that ever happened? You know what I mean? Like, we've never had a president who's just fumbling around like, and then we called him Joe Biden. What the fuck? For 4 years? That's not even that guy. And then who comes out and says that just the other day? Trump fucking put a fucking post out that said, there was no Joe Biden. That was all masks and CGI. Just like we've been fucking telling you.
Wow. Bomb droppers.
Did you see that? He put out a post on his True Social. It said, if I find it, I'll put it on the screen. See how we go?
Oh, believe me.
But there's a post. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's it. And so it's like, so every time you see, so it's like, you gotta, remember, pattern recognition specialists. That's what we are. That's what we grew into. So at this point, you got to say, my bad. I just didn't see what you saw. You know what I mean? There's no more of this fucking, how do you know that? Where'd you get your information? Who are you trusting? Come on, stop.
Yeah, for real.
Stop with this bullshit. It's either look into it or you're just going to stay uninformed. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to sit here and keep fucking trying to we spent the last few years holding your hand. We can't hold your hand anymore. You either got to start doing the work or you're just not there.
Bomb droppers.
And you're going to continue to see shit and go, what the fuck? What the fuck? What's happening? Yeah. And you're going to stay in fear because you're not paying attention. You know what I mean?
And that's going to be the worst part.
Yeah.
You're just going to be stuck.
Yeah, because you're not paying attention. And that's what most people, well, I got kids, I got a job, I got this, you're right. But the thing is how do you spend your 24 hours? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How do you spend your 24 hours? Are you spending your 24 hours just fucking vegging over the TV? Are you building a business? What are you doing with your time that you can't take an hour and a half out each week and watch Awkward Intelligence and figure out some shit? That's all we're saying.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So let's put it together. What's 7 times 24? 168?
Damn. Can't put me on them fly like that.
Well, 7 times 4 is 28. Carry the 2, 168,
Come
right?
on, Todd. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So you got 168 hours. 40 of them are going to work. So where are we at? 128, right? On average, that's your average work week. So let's say 45, just in case people get a little overtime. We'll take 45. So, right? So 45 minus 168 is what? 123. So you got 123 hours. If you're supposed to get 8 hours of sleep per day, just on average, that's another 40 hours already gone. So you're at 128, now you're at 88, okay? Now you got to put in a couple of hours driving back and forth to work, right? A lot of people you got to ride a bus, you got to catch a ride, you got to do something, right? That's 2 hours every day. So that's 14 hours. So you take off, 88, another 70. You're down to 72, 76, 74. You're at 74, right? You got 74 hours, and then what else are you doing? You're sitting at the bar for a few hours every day. You know what I mean? Maybe you're hanging out with your lady. Maybe you and your wife are doing some shit. You got a project at the house, whatever. So you're spending hours on that, you know? You got kids. You're at their baseball games. You know what I mean? You're out there. You're at your daughter's recital. You're fucking, you know what I mean? Whatever. You're adding those hours in. So now you take all the hours. You're down to probably 20 hours to do whatever you want to do. Now you're playing video games. Now you're, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to do. You're like, you know, or whatever. It's like now, and you haven't even had sex yet. Where'd you put sex in there? Sex wasn't even in there. You got to pay time for that. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, or whatever, you know, so where are we spending our time? That's all I'm saying. Think about it, people. There's time in there if you make time. But you got to want to make time. You got to have the discipline and the, you know, and all that shit. That's all, you know.
That's it. You got to want to make time.
And some of us have more hours than that. And some of us have less hours than that because everybody's schedules fluctuate. Some people sleep more. Some people sleep less. Some people work more. Some people work less. You know what I mean? It's like, so those hours fluctuate for everybody, but what are you doing with your time? You know what I mean? Something I'll bring up, right? So my lady's going to have to start driving to work a little farther than she usually has. She had like a 10-minute ride before. Now it's going to be more like 45. So she's like, she looked at it, you know, and kind of was like, that's a part that I'm going to dread. And by saying that makes it worse, right? Because now you're dreading it. You're saying it. So your body's going to show that to you.
Yeah.
Your world's going to show you dread because now you got to drive. But I turned her around in that moment and I said, no. I said, what are you going to do with that time? It's not going to be dread because what are you going to do with that time? I said, because what you should be doing is you should be getting some audiobooks. You should be doing some different things, you know, with audio. Instead of just listening to music, instead of just listening to, you know, some gospel or whatever you want to listen to, put some extra stuff in there that you can learn, story, you know, get some knowledge. Oh, yeah. You know, drop, you know.
Educate your brain, man.
Right. And so I said, and so those drives won't even feel like nothing because if you're listening to some shit that's teaching you and you're learning, you're going to be like, holy fuck, I'm here already? No, I want to finish listening to this. But you got to go to work now. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, so there's ways to take those times that feel like they could be wasted and turn them into some real shit.
Bomb droppers.
So yeah. Nowadays with the technologies we have, think about it. If you're driving to work and you're not fucking teaching yourself some shit, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You know what I mean?
That's the best time to, like really be focused, man. That's the best time to put something on, just to ride and listen, man.
Yeah, and there's days you just put music on and jam. I get it.
Right.
But don't waste those fucking hours. You got time there. Like I said, there was times I used to drive sometimes from an hour and a half to up to 2 hours somewhere on any given day. And then I had to come back. So that's a 2-hour ride back. You know what I mean? And so that was back then. I was listening to a lot of Joe Rogan, a lot of Sam Tripoli, Tinfoil Hat. I had another one I think called Cult of Conspiracy. That was just different podcasts. I was fucking soaking in all this shit every day, just listening to fucking podcast after podcast, just going through them because I'm just got time. And I was just consuming. And so nowadays, what do? I watch more YouTube videos and consume more of that than I do those audio tracks because I'm not in the car as much anymore. Right. You know? So now I'm consuming YouTube videos, which is the same shit though. It's all knowledge. It's all, you know what I mean? It's all that kind of shit. It's all learning. It's all growing. It's all spiritual. It's all, you know, whatever. And then, like I said, we always said, but you got to put the fun in too. You know, so there's some drag racing. There's some, you know, there's some video game stuff. It's like I'm looking at some. You got to have the side stuff too. You can't just all be business. Yeah. Can't all be business. I get it. But even me, sometimes I push myself and I want it to be all business because I want to keep learning. I want to keep growing. But I have to tell myself sometimes, like, nah, man, just turn that video off and let's play video games for like 30 minutes. Just, we got to do something different.
Sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just do this shit.
Yeah.
You know, you just end up doing this shit. Like, all right, I'm playing that video game right now.
Yep.
You know, sometimes you need that break, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you got to do something different because you can't, it's like anything. You know, you can't keep fucking banging your head against the wall. It's just not going to work.
Nah. Definitely ain't going to work.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Nah, we going to bust that motherfucker.
And then the biggest shit that's going on right now, I don't think anybody's really talking about it a lot, but it's out there.
What?
LA riots.
Yeah, the
We're back. ICE riots are going on and protesting and all this shit going on again.
Yeah.
It's like a whole big ass fucking thing. But here's the thing. What they're not probably sure, and I'm not looking into it too deep because I'm like, they got it. They'll handle it. They'll take care of themselves. You know what I mean? Like, something was happening over here. I don't expect California to come over here. You see what I'm saying? Like, we'll handle it. We're people. We can figure shit out. So I know they're going to figure that shit out. But what I think they're not showing us is it's the people fighting back. That's what we need. Maybe they're doing it differently or wrong, or I don't know. I'm not condoning what they're saying, but I'm saying people are actually fighting back. And maybe they're doing it for the wrong reasons. Maybe they're not doing it for right. Maybe they're doing it for I don't know. But I'm saying maybe we're getting to that boiling point where people are going to just start fighting back, which is a good thing, but let's do it right. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. You know,
I don't know. Only thing they're gonna do if motherfuckers start fighting back for real, only thing they're gonna do is call martial law.
Right.
That's
But that may be what we need.
No, we don't need no fucking martial law.
Yeah.
Telling us what the fuck to do.
No, that's not what it's about. Maybe it's to trigger the global reset. We got to trigger it because we got to want it.
That's giving them control.
You know what I mean?
That's giving them control.
Because we've been talking about that, though.
That's giving them the control, bro.
That's what you think is going to happen? If we go into martial law, that just gives them everything.
That's the fuck we...
I mean, because we're already in martial law. They have everything already. Because if the police can patrol your fucking neighborhood, that's an occupation. That's some military shit. Because police shouldn't be just patrolling your neighborhood. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's an occupation.
Right.
They're occupying your territory.
Yeah, what are you doing?
They shouldn't be doing that. Because think about it. Remember, you've seen the Westerns, you've seen the old films. What happens when something usually goes down? They call the sheriff. The sheriff ain't just walking around town fucking patrolling. He's chilling. You know what I mean? And then if some shit goes down, he goes, fuck, now I gotta go to work.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he gotta go figure it out. But that's the whole point, right? Is police are supposed to be, they're not supposed to be enforced. We talked about this before. You're not supposed to be enforcing it. It's supposed to be a civil, what do they call it? They say cops are enforcers when we're supposed to have lawmen who are just there to protect, you know, like the whole point, serve, and protect kind of thing. And it's like, you only get called if there's an issue. But patrolling our streets, that means we're at war. You're occupying my territory. That's some different shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying go out there and fucking start a war. I'm just saying that's the mentality. We're already in a martial law. They're patrolling our streets.
Bomb droppers.
I mean, am I wrong?
I mean, you know what I'm talking about. The curfew shit, though. I'm talking about that shit.
I know where you're going.
That shit. Telling us we can't go to work.
Right.
Yeah. Nah.
I got you.
You dead. Done.
But that's when we rise up and we tell them, we don't give a fuck what you say. Because you don't control shit around here. You just thought you did. Because we didn't have the courage to fucking step up. You know, as people. You know, think about that too. Like when you used to hear stories from back in the day when some shit went down in the city. The men from the city used to show up and be like, what the fuck's going on here? What's happening? You know, like, and if it was their people, they'd be like, yo, back up. We'll take care of our shit. What are you doing? And the cops used to respect shit like that. You know what I mean? And would step out of the way. Now they want to act like if you try to say anything to them, all of a sudden you're a combatant. That tells me I'm at war with you. We're at war at that point.
Yeah.
You're occupying territory. You're enforcing things upon us. You're my op. You're my op right now. You know what I mean? Because that's what we talked about in a past show before. Is we said, police are illegally occupying this territory at this point. There should only be sheriffs and there's deputies, and sheriffs and his deputies, and that's it. Which we have.
Facts.
They're here already.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when we say defund the police, people think the sheriffs are going to disappear too. No. That's all we should have.
Right.
The rest of them are illegally occupying our shit.
Bomb droppers.
That's what you see where that's what we're getting at here.
Yeah.
That's a different scenario because then they're not patrolling our streets. And then, like I said, once the wealth transfer happens, we're not going to be out here stealing from each other. So what do we really need them for? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't need them out here patrolling. The only reason they get away with that shit is because we have robberies and break-ins and because they have us at such a low financial status that we have to fight each other to fucking survive. And then they justify, that's why we need to be in your streets. And you buy it because, the world looks fucked up. That's how they got us. That's how they got us into martial law already. There's curfews already. Because go driving around and do whatever you want at 2 a.m. See if you don't get pulled over. That's a curfew, baby. You checking on me? I should be able to just travel as I need to travel. Who the fuck's out here checking on me? That's opposition. Border patrol type shit. You see what I'm saying? Checkpoints. What is all this shit?
That's crazy.
I thought I was free.
You ever been through a checkpoint?
Oh, multiple times.
Damn.
Yeah. Multiple times. Not knowing you can tell them no thank you and walk the fuck away.
Right.
You know what I mean? No, I'm good. I'm just going to keep going. Am I free to go or am I being detained? You're being detained. For what? There's no crime being committed. See what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm going.
You refuse to take this, man.
Right. It's all, the government gets to do, here's it. The government has created laws and things against us, what's legal and lawful and all this bullshit, right? And we can't do certain things, right? And we're like, okay, we can't do that. But the government does it every day. Whatever they've made illegal for us, they're doing. That's how they're keeping control because they're doing it. They just told you couldn't do it.
Right.
And you believed them.
But we can't.
And you complied.
Shit.
See, we got to get out of that. We got to stop fearing these motherfuckers. We let them put fear in us that, if you don't pay your taxes, you're going to jail. If you don't pay your taxes, go to jail. What kind of fucking life is this? You know what I mean? That everything I do, I'm like in fear of getting locked up, cops showing up, beating me down, throwing me in handcuffs. What the fuck is happening? We are at war right now.
Bomb droppers.
There's no other way to look at it. You gotta realize who the enemy is. So,
man, it's I don't know. They say the LA shit. Say motherfuckers put props down there so they could use the shit.
The bricks and stuff. I did see some. I saw a picture
man. That shit happened down here.
Yeah, they said the same thing happened out here. They put bricks out and stuff like that. So yeah, they say that's the funded shit. That's what that stuff is funded. These are fake fucking things going on. There's people that are sent out there to agitate on purpose. They're sent out there to do shit like that, to stir it up. Because that's the thing about it. It's like energy, right? So if I go out there and stir it up, and you're already on edge, and you see other people stirring it up, it becomes a crowd thing. Now you want to stir it up too. So it's all you have to have is enough agitators, and it stirs up the city. And it's not even because they wanted to. It's because they got stirred into it. Crazy.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
For real.
That's how energy works. It's like if we believe in energy, that means it can be agitated.
It's a lot going on out there. I said helicopter people talking instigating the people on the bottom.
Yeah.
Instigating motherfuckers on the ground and shit. Like,
yeah.
You ain't gonna throw it.
Yeah, I didn't look at too much. I didn't look into too much.
I dare you throw it. I dare you throw it. Like, what?
Right. See what I'm saying? Because they want to have a reason to engage you. Think about it. If a military goes into another country and they're just like, yeah, go ahead, do it. Because now they get to fire back. They can't fire until you do. That's the rules of engagement. So, of course, they're out there fucking antagonizing, trying to be like, yeah, because the second you shoot, I'm busting everything. They don't have the same fucking respect for you at all. Think about that. The second you pop off, they want to do everything to destroy you. How is that somebody who's here to help you?
Right.
What kind of shit is this?
It don't make sense. It really don't make sense. Man, that's why I don't know, man. I just stay away from the bullshit.
Yeah.
But
same thing happened to Israel and Gaza.
I know.
Same scenario.
It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
That's why it's being shown here. It's crazy that we're considered a first world country, right? But we got third world problems right now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's the crazy part. It's like Gaza can be considered, third world because of the way that it's been put together or whatever. And you've got a state that's just controlling everything that's happening there, and then they're just bombing the shit out of them, and everybody's like, cool, we're good with that.
Right.
Turned it into a parking lot. And then, like I said, and then you see all the shit happening here, and no one's saying nothing. Nobody wants to talk about it at all. Everybody wants to act like, oh, well, police are two people, and they got to get home to their family. Yeah, right, exactly. But if they knew that every time they got stopped, they had a chance to die, I bet you they'd stop pulling people over real quick, wouldn't they? You see what I'm saying? Because that's the same feeling we have when we get pulled over. There's a high fucking chance I might not make it out of this shit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a fucked up
feeling. How the fuck do we have that feeling, but we can't get that feeling to them?
Right. That's a fucked up feeling. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're
like,
saying.
how's that fair? You're gonna have more love for them than the shit they're gonna do to us? Like, no, we can't have the same fucking mercy for that. That's cruel. That's cruel as fuck. Can't have mercy for that. No. We did it tonight, baby.
I don't know, man. That shit crazy.
Yeah. I'm feeling militant tonight. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from. But you know what I mean? I think it's the energy. That's what I'm saying. I'm feeling that riot energy from LA, man. And I'm just like, I like the energy of it. I haven't looked into it too much, but I'm not sure if they're doing it right. They're using that energy properly. Like, let's just not cause nonsense. Let's do some real damage. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't just do nonsense.
Motherfuckers
Let's
ain't trying
do
to go
some
back,
real
bro.
shit. You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers ain't trying to go back.
That's why I'm, because I'm like, if we're going to break shit, let's go break their shit. Stop breaking your shit. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, go break their shit, which I think I saw. There was a video I saw. I saw a video earlier. I think it was yesterday or maybe this morning. There was a bunch of vehicles, like emergency vehicles coming through, cops and different things. There was a couple different ones, and it was people on the streets just hitting them with bricks the whole time. Wow,
Yeah,
busting out windows.
Probably the crew,
Right,
the hired crew,
right. So I don't know if it was cops or what they were doing, but it was like some of them were cop cars. But that's why I was like, okay, breaking their shit. I know we paid for it, but I'm just saying, fuck your shit the way you say fuck our shit. That's all we're saying. You know what I mean? So maybe there's a message. We're getting a message. I don't know. There's a lot to it. I just haven't looked into it too deep, but I have seen a couple things.
Man, it's weird, man. They got motherfuckers locked in stores and shit.
No, I ain't seen that.
Got ICE people.
They're locking them in the stores?
Yeah. Well, they not locked
To lock them away?
They got them locked in the store. They got them locked in the store.
Or the cops are doing it, or the people are doing it?
The people.
Okay. To like hide them?
No, they keep them in there. Like,
okay. Oh, to trap them?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. Wow.
Shit is crazy, bruh. I don't know, man. Shit is wild.
Well, I don't know.
I ain't following it too much.
I'm just saying,
But I seen it.
if we're living in a world of clones and shapeshifters and weird shit, how do we know
It's not weird shit.
they're not? You know what I mean? They're not cornering these motherfuckers because they're reptilians posing as immigrants. I'm just saying. I don't know. Could be some shit. Just another angle to think about. That's all.
Shit is weird.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. You got to think, right? So if this is some human shit, it's just humans going after humans, right? We shouldn't be this cruel to people in whatever, you know what I mean? Things. We shouldn't be. So why are they? Is it really happening? Is some of this just fucking AI, CGI type shit? You see what I'm saying? We don't know how much of it's real.
Shit really happening, but most of this shit
Of what we're seeing.
Right, they was hired, man.
Right. So they're hired.
Motherfuckers paid actresses out here.
Right.
To cause shit like this. I didn't know that until I did a little research. I'm like, the fuck? They got paid actresses out here?
Yep. Yeah.
They go out here to terrorize shit.
Yep. Yeah.
They get paid some good money.
Yeah. They got paid protesters too. They just go to things and protest whatever. Paid protesters, paid agitators, paid all that stuff. Yeah, man.
They getting paid
actors.
Good money.
That's what they called the whole crisis actors thing. Mm-hmm. You know, for like after, they come out there and then they fake some shit like they've been out there really doing some shit. They're crisis actors. Yeah, we still have those. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look into crisis actors.
Everything ain't real, folks. Motherfuckers out here putting on the show.
Yeah. That's what we've been saying.
Putting on the show and you just watch
a movie.
Yep.
You are now tuned in to Earth. Season 12, episode 9.
Don't tap out, tap in.
Oh, shit.
You know, I've been saying that a lot. A lot of people talking about, man, I'm going to steal that. I'm going to use that. Man, you better not use my shit.
You got to trademark it.
Don't use my shit. It's like that. I tell her, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, if they're going to use it, they got to buy a shirt.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to start saying.
There you go.
Got him. Yep. That's what I'm going to start saying to their ass.
Just buy a shirt. You're good. Then you can use it all you want because you're stamped on you.
You got it. Right. Yeah, right. But yeah, man, that yeah, they got actresses out here, man.
Yeah.
Paid actresses and shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then we got CGI and we got AI and all this other shit going on. So how much of this is just fucking fabricated?
So you got to be careful what you get into.
Yeah, that's all we're saying.
That's all. Be careful what you get into, what you're watching. What entertains you. Might not be real.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why, like, a lot of times I don't share things right away when I first see things. I wait a little bit because there's sometimes, like I said, I see some shit and I'm going, this looks real as fuck. And then I'll be like, but it also looks a little fake. And I'm just like, so I can't just, if I throw this out there and then it's just total bullshit, I'm going to feel fucking like a piece of shit. And so I'll wait. So sometimes it'll almost be like I'm late, but I'm just like, it's validated now. So when I'm saying it, you might have already heard it, thought it was bullshit, and then now I'm saying like, this is some real shit. So might be that validation people need a week, 2 weeks later or whatever, you know, when things kind of calm down sometimes. You let things smooth over and then you go, oh shit, maybe that was real. You know, because sometimes that's the other thing. I'll see certain shit like that, like say we're watching the LA riot, you know, we're watching the LA riot situation, you know, going on. And then over the next few days, after this podcast even, there'll be other people who are talking about it themselves on their podcasts like we are. And then the way that they discuss it, they might have some angles. I'm like, oh shit, I wasn't even thinking about that. Nice. And then that puts it together with whatever angle I have, and I go, oh, but look at this shit. And then you're able to go a bigger picture type thing instead of just that view you had. You can get that bigger picture and go, you know. So yeah,
that's the main thing that's going on right now.
right.
That damn.
It's probably the biggest thing in the news.
Right.
You know that
Damn
in the
right.
that in the Elon Trump fucking feud. You seen this shit?
Oh man.
Everybody's like distraction. I'm like, yes, exactly. Definitely a fucking distraction of some sort. You know, so yeah. But people are seeing it quick like that. They're not just going, oh, you know, and then like I told people before,
They're just following and be like, oh yeah, right.
Well, there was some people that were early on. There was some people early on that were saying, oh, Elon's just in there to get all these contracts done. You know, he's just trying to get all his contracts. That's why he's in there. And I'm like, look, now Trump's saying he denied all that. So what's real? Was he really in there for the contracts? Did he get duped? Is this all a fucking game? What's going on? Because a lot of early on people that were saying that he was just going to steal from us because he was just going to create a bunch of contracts. But I'm like, but Trump just canceled them. Or did he?
Right.
Maybe he's just telling us he did. We don't fucking know.
We don't know.
You know what I mean? We don't know what's going on yet.
We don't know.
But that's why we got to let it shake out a little bit.
We know that they still together.
Right.
I don't give a damn what. They still together. That's just for us.
Correct. That could make us think they're apart.
Right.
That way we don't realize they're really working together.
Right. Come on, man.
So, yeah. We don't know.
Come on.
We don't know. That might be a classic 48 laws of power type shit. Create a public disconnect, which, like you said, makes us all think they disconnect. Yeah. But really, they just got tighter.
Yeah, right. Man, good job out there today.
Right. Good job. Oh, I like how you put that other part in there. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they
fell for them?
Right.
God, them dumb mother. Yeah, man, for real.
But here's the thing. How could we not, in a way? Because everything they're saying is on point with everything we've been saying. That's what's crazy. Is it's like, how are they hitting it play for play? What is happening here?
I don't know, bro. I can't call it.
It's just interesting, man, to watch this unfold. And then you're like, this is exactly how it would work. This is perfect. I can see this working. You know what I mean? You're going, I get it. Like you know what I mean? Because it's like I've seen all the angles at this point. I've Doctor Strange this thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going, yes, that's the right way, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like we've been talking all these angles for forever now, and now watching them play out. Sometimes you're going, holy shit! Like, did I predict that, or did we just make it happen because the collective consciousness came together?
Right. Bomb droppers.
Are we getting stronger, folks? Is the collective consciousness coming together? So the more and more we talk on the internet about what's really happening, what's really going on, it just starts showing itself. I don't know. Is that how it works?
Or maybe they hear the shit and run with it. Like,
right.
Let's do that.
Right. Maybe they're listening to the fucking podcast and shit, and they're just going, yeah, let's run that play.
That's what I be thinking.
That's the play they want to run. Let's run it.
All right, fuck it. Right. I like that one right there. That one right there.
One. Yeah.
He gave a few options. I like that. The third one. Yeah. But I really doubt they listen to the podcast. I really doubt. Or maybe somebody.
Oh, they're all listening to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When we're talking that real shit, oh, they're listening. They just don't show you they're listening, but they're listening. Yeah. Yeah, they're tuned in. They might be tuned in right now. Like, they get the scoop. Like, they're tuned in on one of these phones right now, just listening. You know what I mean? They're just like, here these guys go again. Okay. And it's like, if we push the limit somewhere, they'll let us know. You know what I mean? They'll let us know. That's how it rolls. But yeah. So did everybody get their dollar over to BDot, or what are we doing here? I thought we were going to get the fucking juicers, man.
$1.
Yeah, man.
You know what? That's crazy as shit. I looked at my Cashapp, and there was a $1.
It was in there, huh?
I don't know who sent it.
Somebody sent it.
But it was $1 in there,
$1
I was
up.
like, what the fuck?
See?
$1 in my Cashapp?
Yeah.
I was like, I got $1. I'm trying to think. I'm like, did I put it?
Somebody sent $1.
I appreciate it. Whoever that was sent me $1
See
for
what I'm
the
saying?
juice.
That's how it starts. starts with one movement.
That was crazy. Yeah. I looked at my damn ticket. It was definitely $1.
Crazy. So yeah.
Got me want to check my shit now.
So yeah, we're up to 251 followers.
Any surprises? Yes, sir. I seen that. What is going on? I appreciate it.
Because when we did last week's, where we were at? We were at 200.
Two.
Remember, because we said it. We said 200 followers. Right. We're at 251 right now. Since then.
Dang.
Crazy.
Good shit, folks. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Keep showing the love. That's it. It don't hurt. Hit the like button, comment, share. Say how you feel in the comment, man.
Mm-hmm. Right. If you disagree, disagree. It's cool. We'll talk about it. Yeah. Otherwise, you might be, hell yeah, fucking yeah, let's go. Whatever, you know. However you do it. I don't know. Be creative. Yeah, and so go check out that new series I got too. Each one teach one. I just popped 3 more videos on there if you didn't get to that yet. So yeah, we just popped 3 more videos. I think one was what's legal and lawful, breath work, and then the other one was property taxes. So yeah. So yeah, trying to, like I said, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Like I said, there's no schedule, so just be on the lookout because they're just gonna be dropping.
Just random.
Just random drops.
Yeah.
You're just gonna get you might get a little gem on Tuesday. You know what I mean? Just like today, right? You might get a little gem on Tuesday. Or it might be a Sunday afternoon and you're just scrolling around going, what? It's a fucking new one? Oh shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no schedule. It's just gonna drop. And sometimes there might be 3 in a day. Sometimes there might be 2 in a day. Sometimes there might just be one long one. Who knows? We don't know what we're gonna get. It's a fucking shot in the dark. I decided it's whatever I'm feeling at that moment.
Right.
If I'm looking at some things and checking out some stuff, if I feel it, then I'll drop it. Yeah, just right there. So yeah.
It's sort of bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Each one teach one.
If you feeling it.
Yeah. It'll find you.
Right.
It'll find you.
It is educational.
Right. But it's right.
Why not?
Yeah, it's a series to kind of just put some more information out there. And to not do it as me talking so that you have to trust me. I want to put other people out there and say, look at what these other people are doing. Else. Look at what they're saying compared to what we're saying. It's very similar shit. So if we're all saying it, then it must be true, right? Because that's how we treat everything else. That's how, So if we're all agree, we just all have to agree that that's the right shit, and that's it. So yeah. Yeah. We pick the laws, remember? We figure shit out. We tell them what shit is. Yeah. We're like, yeah. Property taxes, we're not doing that anymore. No. We say what it is. They don't dictate shit to us. Come on, people. Stop. Stop with the bullshit.
Man, it's just that they tax that they use, man. Motherfuckers so fair.
That, right.
You get the mail.
Yeah.
You get a phone call.
Right. Well, man. I told someone the other day, I said, yo,
much shit they use.
said, you know what? The phone call to like, hey, you owe us some money. This is collections. You know what that phone call is?
What's that?
It's the modern day mob coming to take your legs off. See what I'm saying?
Modern day mob.
Yeah, you know how the mob used to send someone to fucking break your legs?
Yeah.
That's the modern day shit. They call you. Hey, you owe us some money. Yeah, we gonna need that. And then you get scared and pay them. We're gonna put a mark on your credit. And you get scared and you pay them.
Right.
Tell them to fuck off. Be like, I don't know you shit. Whatever you bought is your problem. Because they bought your debt. That's your problem now. That ain't my debt. You bought it. They're just trying to extort you at that point. They just came to break your legs.
Right. Bomb droppers.
And instead of your legs breaking, you pay.
Shit.
Just fucking tell them to fuck off. You bought my debt. It's yours now. It ain't mine. You bought it. Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit.
People don't get it, man.
I mean, it's that simple, right? But you don't know your fucking rights. No one taught you your rights. So you're like, fuck, I guess I got to do this.
That's the one.
Because you don't know any better. You're ignorant. You've been ignorant your whole life because that's what they did to you. They indoctrinated you at school.
And ignorant is don't know, folks.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, quit being mean. Don't come for me.
Ignorant is do not know.
I say that because I want to get a reaction. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm looking at. When you say that, it triggers people because they don't know what it means.
Right.
Because they're ignorant. That's how you know. The second you call somebody ignorant, they go, "What the fuck?" Yeah, you just proved it.
Yeah. Damn.
You just proved it. If you just go, "Damn," okay, yeah. You don't have to say it like that, but I got it.
Right.
Then you know what I mean? Then you go, okay, they see
Right.
what I'm saying.
They know.
Yeah. But if they just get unruly at that point, you're like, "Yep, you just proved it." Yeah.
Oh man. Like
Wild. The wild, wild west. The wild, wild west.
yeah, the Wild Wild West, man. The Wild Wild West. That's crazy. All them songs really meant something, man. If you really listen to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then they was saying
So much shit.
Los Angeles. If you think about it, it's just Los Angeles. It's
Right.
just
Right.
Los Angeles.
The Lost Angels.
Bomb droppers.
Oh, look at that.
Los.
Lost Angels are all there. That's where the fucking
Angels.
fallen. That's the fallen, man. Yeah, that was another thing, right? So think about this. Let's go there then now if we're talking about angels, right? So they talk about the fallen angels came down, found the earth women beautiful and took wives. That's what it says. But the lie is when they say took wives, that's that little RAPE word. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's what really happened. That's the interpretation of that. And that's why the earth is evil now. You see what I'm saying? Because it was pushed upon them and it created this battle that we're in now. The biblical battle, you know what I mean? That's it was more about they came here to destroy, which is what they're doing. And pillage and and all that stuff, and it's like that's what happened. That's what we're seeing in the world. These militaries out here and these different things, they're just pillaging and it's a harvest. You know what I mean? It's some crazy shit. As humans, we shouldn't be doing this to each other.
Right.
Like when you really think about it, you're going, I don't think we're supposed to be shooting and blowing people up. Like, I don't think that's like in any form or fashion. I think we went too far that way. That's when you really think about it. I'm not saying you can't defend yourself. You know what I mean? But if none of us had none of that, we'd have to go back to playing soccer games and, you know what I mean? And battling out, with basketball and our sports and our teams. And that's how they did it. They didn't fucking destroy each other.
Right. Shit. What, man? Now it's either you get fucked up, get kicked on, jump,
Right.
or I was shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Well, it's pretty much it's just shootings now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's right back to that.
Motherfuckers want
right
you.
back to just gonzies.
Motherfuckers want you.
Everybody wants you gone.
Your eye swole, your
Right.
shit hanging, looking crazy.
Right. Trying to destroy you. Yeah. But that's the thing. Are those real humans if they're trying to destroy another human? Or could those be the evil ones, the demons that are still out here sneaking around doing the evil shit?
Mm-hmm. I think it's down. Droppers. I think it's down.
Right. Right. They're showing themselves. They're showing themselves. They can't hide
They
anymore.
getting revealed. Yeah.
Yeah, they can't hide anymore.
Slowly
They're being
getting
revealed, right? And that because that's the thing, right?
You know?
If we're humble, loving, light type people who don't need no problems with nobody, you know, but we will defend ourselves. But like I said, if we're, you know what I mean, we're just humble people. It's like we wouldn't even need a military,
Right.
you know, in that capacity. We still have our warriors, I'm sure, but it wouldn't be this fucking tanks and planes and craziness and missiles and, you know what I mean? It'd be like we have our little battle force and that's all we need, you know? If we ever needed it.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we would even need all that shit.
That's what I'm saying, right.
But they got all the crazy shit that they need this shit for.
Right.
We don't need this shit. Like,
Right.
there's so many creatures and other things out here in this world, man.
We should be battling that shit, right?
But I think some of that shit over here though.
Oh, you think they're hiding them?
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Think they're hiding them? I'm into it.
Probably.
Tell me some shit. Where are we
Probably.
going? Send me down the rabbit hole. I'm ready. I'm going to look into it.
Just think about places we can't go.
True. I'm with you. I think there's like temples and other things in those areas too, right?
Come on.
And there's probably some Stargates and some other shit like that as well. And there's probably some shit that we just can't even imagine.
Just so much, right?
Like, we can't even imagine it.
So much shit.
There's some wild shit probably out there too, right? Yeah. And places we can't go, like you're saying, government. All of a sudden, it's like half the country's like a government preserve, and you're like, what? You're like, why are you hiding all this fucking territory? So yeah,
I can't go in that part of the water. I can't go over there because it's snowing.
right,
I can't go over there because it's caged up.
right.
Like, what the fuck?
I thought we were free to roam this earth. What happened? Shit's all fucking blocked off. Why can't we go to the North Pole? Has anybody been there? Anybody? Like, we have the technology to go and do anything, so why is nobody been to the North Pole? What's up there? Everyone goes to Antarctica and acts like that's the South Pole. Why does nobody go to the North Pole? I don't know. Maybe I'm ignorant.
Nah, I don't know. Ain't nobody booking no flights to the North Pole.
You can't.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody's flying the South Pole like it's no problem. But why can't we go to the North Pole?
Right.
like it's no problem.
Right.
It shouldn't be a problem. It's too icy up there. Maybe they can't even get there. Maybe they don't even know where it is. Maybe they've lied to us. I don't know. I'm just saying. Where's all the... They can tell you what's on a planet out in space somewhere, but they can't tell you what's at your North Pole right here on the planet you're on?
Droppers.
Are you still believing these people? You see what I'm saying? Like, we still believe in these people?
Oh, that is crazy.
Don't tell me what Pluto's made of. But you can't show me pictures of the North Pole. And we can't just freely go there. What are we doing here?
That's crazy.
Right?
Crazy situation, bro. Mm-hmm. South Pole, everybody's on the South Pole. Right. I don't know.
Some people say there was
South I'm down.
There was a in the where they're calling Antarctica and South Pole type shit. Some people were saying that down there is a base, like a big base, but they think there's a base up on the north one too. We can't go there. So I'm like, why not? They're hiding something from us. Mm-hmm. That's all. That's the conclusion we have to come to at this point, folks. If you can't show it to me, you're hiding something.
You definitely hide something.
That's the conclusion we have to come to at this point. Yeah.
Definitely.
Because, yeah.
Because, like, if you came to my house, I got my door closed.
Right. Yeah, I don't want you to see my messy room.
I don't want you to come in my shit.
Yeah.
I'm hiding something.
I'm hiding my shit.
So I'm going to avoid you from coming on in this area.
Yeah, the bathrooms on the left, don't go on the right.
You see?
Don't open that door.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly. Right? See? Yeah, you got it. You got it? You guys got it out there?
We don't know what it is. And I'm not worried about
shit. It is what it is.
That's crazy. No. Yeah, they definitely hiding something, bro. Definitely hiding something. Then they talking about, we talked about this last week? The eggs, they found the eggs under the volcano and shit.
Eggs?
Oh,
or like the egg UFO came through the volcano? Is that what you're talking about?
It was like 1 million fucking eggs they done found.
1 million eggs.
Yeah, who the fuck counted that shit, right?
Right, exactly, right?
Fuck took time to count.
Where'd you get this? No, you made that up. That's just a good even number. It was a lot of them. That's all you're trying to say.
Right. Yeah. I think it was more. I think like 2 million some shit.
Right.
2 million
Eggs?
Yeah, eggs under a fucking volcano.
What were they, dragon eggs?
No, nobody knows.
They didn't even know what they were. They just said they were eggs they
They're
found.
fucking eggs.
Oh, those are fucking dragons.
Under
In a volcano, that's a dragon. But that's a good thing.
That's a good thing?
Yeah, we can train dragons. Dragons are our shits.
I need motherfuckers when he's a baby. Matter of fact, I need the egg.
He's like, how big is this egg?
Yeah.
Did they say how big they were? Ostrich size?
Some shit, gold.
They were golden?
Yeah, like fucking...
What?
Massive fucking eggs, bro, under the fucking volcano.
That big?
Bro.
Damn, I didn't see this.
That's what I'm saying.
Send me that shit.
Man, they got a lot of shit going on.
Point me in the right direction. I want to see it.
See? They got a lot of shit going on out
here. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a crazy one.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, that was a while ago, man. So I can imagine, and they ain't say nothing about that. I ain't hear nothing else about this shit.
Yeah. Well, they did. King Smarty talks about that we were going to start finding more gold in caves and different things like that. And that's happened a couple times over the last few months. There's been like some gold found in China or some shit. There's been some gold found in fucking Puerto Rico. And you're just like, they're just finding what?
Finding
what do you mean just finding? They're just like, yeah, we opened this door and there's just gold in here. And you're like, what? Or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know the stories, but I'm just saying like that's what's happening. And so it's happened a couple times already this year. It's like happened at least twice that I know of. And I'm like, how many of that I don't know? I just might not know. There could have been more. But I'm like, we're just finding gold and shit. People are just finding shit. You're like, what's going on here? Now you find it? So yeah. But it's because all the gold has to be returned to the rightful people, and for the rightful countries and the rightful heirs and everything like that. All that gold that was stolen has to be returned. So a lot of it's probably just being uncovered. It's kind, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, oh, it's here or over here. Just didn't know. So it's always been here. It's just been hidden in different spots, and people are finding it now. The reveal is happening, folks. What part of the reveal do you not understand? It's called disclosure.
Shit. I would think, I was watching one movie a long time ago, and it said there's like billions of dollars under the ocean.
Probably in minerals, yeah, definitely. Probably trillions, if not bigger number.
Yeah.
Yeah, of just there's certain type of minerals and metals or whatever gases possibly, all that type of shit. They yeah. But see, that's the thing. We're not supposed to be raping our planet. Right. You know what I mean? In that way, I think there's a different way we go about this shit, and I think terraforming the planet is where we went wrong with that situation. We shouldn't have been terraforming for that kind of shit. Somewhere in there, someone's got to do more research, folks. I don't got it all together. But I'm just saying, I think we weren't supposed to be worried about so many, because think about what we've dug up and what we've created with it. I mean, we've created this shit, but what I'm saying is, well, we've created plastics that like don't degrade. We've created like oils that just don't decay. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, I think we might have went the wrong way with those situations. There's got to be a different method of more nature, I guess. Maybe it'd have to be more nature. It's the only other way. Because I think you could still have. See, here's a crazy thought. I think you could still have technology of some sort, like a phone. But this phone has so much shit in it that's just fucking disastrous to the earth. Once you create it in this package, it becomes very disastrous. You see what I'm saying? In that sense. But you could still have this phone if it was made out of just glass only. Just a solid piece of glass with smooth edges, the same size that you could pick up, right? Just a smooth piece of glass. But the thing is it had all the same imaging as a regular phone. But you'd ask, like, if it's a solid piece of glass, where do you put the batteries and where do you? No, because it's powered by consciousness. It just pulls it out of the fucking Akashic records.
Droppers.
That's where we're going, folks. That's the kind of shit we need. That's why this shit is fucked up. That's why it's a Portal, Black Mirror type shit. Is because it was never meant for us. It's dark. It's satanic. You know what I mean? It's that type of shit. When we would have clear glass and be able to do the same thing and power it with consciousness and let it pull the energy from the air and pull the energy and pull the information from the Akashic records. That'd be crazy. But that's the technology we should have had. And we will have it soon. Because it's just been hidden from us. It's already out there. You know what I mean? It's a real thing. It's always been a thing. This is a copy of it. It's because they can't do it that way. They don't have access to source. So they can't pull energy from source. But we can. That's the difference.
Bomb droppers.
I'm fucking blowing minds. I'm blowing my own fucking mind tonight. Because I'm like, where did I get that from? That's why I said crazy thought. And I just,
I'm saying.
I caught it. I was like, holy shit. I just realized something.
Okay.
But that confirmed shit I was already seeing. Because, I'm even still was skeptical of like a piece of glass, how does that do it? You know what I mean? And then I'm sitting there thinking, how do they send it to this? What is that? Where's it coming from?
Right. How they send
So a piece of glass could pull just like anything else. Come on, stop. As long as it's tuned to the right frequency, the type of crystal it needs to be. Because there's a crystal in here, remember? It's a crystal in your phone. So if the whole thing was crystal, what could you do with that? You could even have tablets. You have a crystal tablet, same thing. Just flat piece of glass. And it would be good for the environment because if you ever needed to return it back to the earth, you just melt it down and turn it into something else.
Okay.
It's not bad to the environment. You could throw that piece of glass away and it would just turn back into sand. You know what I mean?
Can't beat it.
So yeah. So then we don't have disastrous shit like this going into our landfills and going in our shit and whatever and stripped down and turned into fucking waste. There's no waste.
Didn't think of it like that.
Right. But that's the world we need to move to. We need to get to a world that's not consuming and wasting constantly. That's how we're defeating ourselves. That's the whole shit that they be trying to talk about. Oh, our landfills are overfilled, or this and and here's the thing, I'm not coming up with this shit. This is stuff that I see from Rod Hayes and King Smarty and different people that I follow on YouTube and watch their podcasts and different things. Is they're talking about some of this shit in ways that I'm just like still trying to grasp. But as I'm putting it all together, I come up with a comment like that and go, oh shit, now I figure it out. This is how this works. Based on me talking shit about this and realizing what it actually does and then going, how would consciousness do it? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's my focus now. I got to change my idea going, I know this isn't real, but how the fuck would we do it? We have to have this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you think about it, we can get a lot done with this. Mm-hmm. But it needs to be clean. It needs to be backed by source. This is not. This technology right now is not that. But it's getting the job done.
Bomb droppers.
That's why we're able to use it to combat them. You see what I'm saying? We used it for good. They're trying to use it for evil. We turned around and used it for good. But that's what we do with everything. Everything they fucking attack us with, we figure out a way to fucking try and use it for good. You know what I mean? Because we have a connection to source. We still have it. So that's why we're going to use this to do good shit. We're not out here fucking hacking people and doing weird shit.
No.
You know?
No. And that's crazy. Some people still out here hacking into people's shit.
Right.
Hacking into webcams, hacking into damn cameras and shit. Like,
right.
Come on, man.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
shit's weird, man.
yeah, it's crazy because it's like, I'll be like, I didn't even know you could use your phone to do some shit like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, who's coming up with this shit? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, it's like
yeah, bro.
why is there such that's crazy, right? Because it's like, why is there such a big market for this shit? That people are coming up with shit going, look what I can make it do. And people are like, oh yeah, I could use that, you know, or whatever. And you're just like, what? But that's because there's people who want to do evil with it. And then there's some people who can take it and do good with it, you know? And so, yeah. But once we get the source activated ones, oh man, that's going to be wild. That's going to be cool. Get that first one. Because it'll never have to change. You'll never have to buy another one. It's yours for life. As long as you have it, it always works. It'll never need to change batteries. And it'll never need an upgrade. Because if anything upgrades in the Akashic Records, it upgrades right there. What upgrade do you need? When you ask it the question, it's already got the information. And it's updated to its best fucking potential. So you're going to see whatever that is. Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yeah, man.
That's the real technology. They tried to fucking imitate it. It's laughable now, right? Now you're like, fuck, that's not even a smartphone, man. Like, compared to that?
Yeah, they didn't call it smartphone.
They was trying so hard. They're like, I think we got one, fellas. We got one. It tricked us for a while, though. It tricked us for a while. Yeah. Not a bad job. Oh, wow.
So good, man.
Yeah.
So good. Fuck it.
But that's how we do it. We turn it on them.
Yeah, that's
Turn
it.
it on.
Hit him with the what? Mm-hmm. Jiu-jitsu.
The psychological jiu-jitsu. You got it.
Droppers.
There it is.
That's all. Just flip it back on him, man.
Exactly. That's that energy exchange.
That's all. Shit. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, because, I mean, you can equate that to so many things, but yeah. You flip it on them. You don't let them hold you down.
No.
Flip it on them. So, yeah, that's how we're defeating them. Is we took all their technologies that they thought they was new shit, and we started going, wait a minute, I know how to fucking use this thing. You know what I'm saying? All right, here's how we're going to do this shit. All right, let's get this done. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers are making it work.
Man, I'm telling you.
And the same thing with your car. You'll be able to take that phone, set it on the fucking dashboard, and it'll just fucking
And then
drive it.
Yeah.
Consciousness just powers it and gives it what it needs. So as long as it's in working order, it doesn't need fuel. It's fueled by consciousness. It's source powered.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
See what I'm saying? And it's clean.
That'd be nice.
You never have to fucking fix anything, and you're not putting out fucking fuel, fucking fumes and fucking all that shit. We don't need it. You know?
Right.
It's clean. Source powered. Everything that's going to be source powered. It's all about crystals and ideas. See what I'm saying? When you have a certain type of crystal, you'll be able to put it in your house, and you'll just have water. It'll just pull water. You still have a faucet. You just don't have to pay for no water. It'll just do it. It'll just pull water for you. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be a water crystal, and you just, that's my water crystal. You can take that anywhere. So like, if you have a vacation home, you don't even need to turn the water on and off. You just take your crystal and you go to your next house, and whoever pops in, pops their water crystal in. And now the house has water. It's powered by source. Come on. What are we doing here?
Can't beat it. Can't beat
Electricity, same thing. You just have a certain cube. It pulls the electricity out the air and fucking feeds it to your fucking house. You can take it anywhere. You don't have to fucking turn the lights on and off. You just put your crystal in, and you got electricity.
It lasts longer than the solar panel.
Yeah.
So, the fucking solar panel.
Right. They're like 20% efficient.
Yeah. Once the sun go down, that's it.
Right. And then you only have so many hours a day.
Right.
It's not 24 hours, right? A crystal, 24 hours. It's always pulling it. Yeah. There's no off. It just needs to be in place. That's it. That's the kind of shit we're going to. That's the whole point of like getting green, right? And I'm not saying that, I'm just using that term. I don't even really know what it means. But they use that term of getting green and trying to be like one with the earth and shit, right? But that's the lie. That's the bullshit. They just want to funnel more money out of you. Make you think they're doing something. They're not doing shit. Look at the stuff they're producing. It's all destroying shit. You know what I mean? How are they doing any good? When they could be doing shit like that, it's because they can't. They can't. They're not connected to source. Right. So these are the things they can come up with. This is it. Technology. You know? Try their best.
Yeah. They doing a lot with fucking technology.
Right. Right.
Like later today.
With what they had, right?
Yeah, like later today, she used her phone. She was like, "Hold on, I gotta turn the light on in the room." But she was sitting in the living room, and she did something with her phone, and turned her lights on.
Right.
With her phone from the living room.
Right.
In the room.
Right.
I'm like, wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Technology is a motherfucker, man. You can do a lot.
Yeah. She probably could have told Siri to do it too. Because think about it, we're in that Jetson moment, right? Where we're just talking to our AI, telling our AI to do shit for us.
Right.
We're already in the Jetson moments, but it's low tech. This is low tech. You know what I mean? This is low tech, but they called it a smartphone to try and trick you. See the trick? That's the psychological flip. They called it a smartphone to trick you because that's why you think it's smart.
I think it's smart.
It was dumb all along. That's why it was like, man, what the fuck, man? Why don't you do it? I'm trying to fucking. I should have known then. You know what I mean? I'm like, how you're not keeping up with me, man? I got shit to do here, man.
Right.
You know. Right. And so it's like that can't be smart. I was like, man, this thing is so dumb sometimes.
You got to make the shit smart.
Right. You're the smarts.
Yeah, right.
You're the smarts.
You got to make the shit smart.
Yeah. Boom.
Bomb drop.
There it is.
So your shit really ain't smart.
You make it smart.
You make that shit smart.
There it is. You got it.
That's crazy.
It needs you.
Yeah.
It needs you, man.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, so just imagine when this thing's fucking source powered. It's gonna be so. Because that's what I say. Because like they kept saying, oh, it'll just pull energy out the air and your battery will keep recharging. Well, why would you need a battery then? If it's just pulling it out of the air.
Right. So
that's why I say you get all these things together in your mind and it's all just fucking flashing and then we have that moment and somehow it comes out and there it is. I just came from all directions and was like, ooh, good point. Let's get it. And I'm glad it came out all right. Because sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I'm seeing it, but I can't even just explain the shit.
I hate that.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Sometimes that's what I've told people before. I said, man, I wish I could tell you more. I said, but you think what I'm saying is crazy. I said, but there's things I can't even explain to you. Right. So I don't even know how to say it. Right. I can't even explain it to you.
But you know though, but
I know it.
I can't.
But I can't even explain it to you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, and I go, and sometimes it's because I don't even understand it, but I see it and I can feel it.
Right.
But I'm like, I don't fully understand this. How do I even? I can't. If I don't fully understand it, how can I explain this to anybody else? You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes some people say, by doing that, if you find the right people that you can explain certain things to, that person will find you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like that person. That's why people are compelled to tell you a story if you first meet them and stuff like that, because something about you, they told you something personal about them to get a reflection. See what I'm saying? They're looking for a reflection, and it's a reflection you might have that they are just looking for. Okay. You know what I mean? So they're just trying to see a reflection. And if they get it, the one they're looking for, then you know what I mean, or whatever. Or they might just be like, nope, not even close. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I think, you know what I mean? So some people are just radiating. And they're just like looking for reaction kind of thing stuff. You know what I mean, or whatever. And then there's some of us that are just walking around with the information. And until somebody triggers us, we don't know that we even have that information.
Bomb droppers. Yeah, that's that way. Yeah.
So I said all that to go back to that. And I went around the circles.
But that was the one though.
Yeah.
That was the one right there. It's like, damn, I can't give you everything. Mm-hmm. But I know it.
Right.
Just can't.
Yeah, I just don't even know how to explain this.
So sorry.
And yeah, because like the other night I had not a crazy dream, but it was like 2 or 3 dreams in one. It was weird, and it was something about, like I said, because it kind of equates to this, because it was like 4 different dreams in one, but it was like I was living out different timelines. That's what it started to feel like. And then at the end,
crazy.
And then at the end, I was sitting there taking a shit on a bowl that was just out in the open. But I was in front of a building, and we couldn't get in for whatever reason. So then I was shitting on this bowl, and I was like literally taking a shit, like I felt it. And then I needed toilet paper, and there wasn't none.
Oh shit.
And then so I went up. So I had to go. So I had to waddle up to the door to ask for toilet paper. And then people showed up while I was trying to get back, and so I had to finish while a few people were watching. So I don't know what it was about. It was weird. That's how it finished. And so I was like, okay. And then I woke up, and I just needed to take a piss. So I took a piss, and then I lay back down. It was all good.
That's crazy.
But I was like, what the fuck was this all about?
But you felt those.
I felt like I was there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I felt like in those moments I was
Yeah.
there, like experiencing it. And I was kind of like, oh shit, look at this. Why am I taking a shit right now? You know what I mean? Like I looked down. I remember going, why am I taking a shit right now? And then I was like, and it felt like I was really taking a shit, like in the moment, you know? And then it was like, like I said, then I was like, there's no toilet paper. What the fuck? Like, and then I'm like, I'm just out in the open. It's like rocks and shit, just like gravel, like a gravel road. And I'm just sitting on like this gravel road. And then, like I said, when I waddle up to the door, all of a sudden like 2 or 3 cars pull up. And I'm like, who the fuck are these people? And I got to finish taking shit. So I'm like, what is this all about? I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
Wow.
It's a weird dream,
real,
but it felt real. Like in the moment, I felt like I was in the moment, but it wasn't happening like in real life. I didn't wake up. Sorry to be a spoiler, but I didn't wake up and take a shit or nothing. No, or I was shit on myself or nothing. No.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah, nothing like that. But yeah, I just woke up, took a piss, and like in real life, I woke up, was like, damn, that was a fucking weird ass dream, and took a piss and was like, came back, lay back down, and was like, kind of dozed off, but didn't go back to sleep. Ended up getting up after that. That's why I remembered it more, because I was like, yo, I had this weird fucking dream, and then you know what I mean, and then I kind of replayed it to myself in a way, and then like I said, I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. I laughed like that because I just had one of those too, but
Yeah?
but it wasn't like that. I just can't remember mine, but I know it felt real.
Yeah.
I was like, the fuck.
Right, you felt like you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one of those just recently.
Yeah. This one was probably like 3-4 days ago. This trip I had, yeah. Maybe 2-3. Yeah.
And then you said you had 4 of them, like.
But it was like 4 scenes.
Yes.
I went from like 4 scenes, like a scene. Then all of a sudden I was in another scene. And then I was in like a hospital. And then I was taking a shit or something.
I got you. Yes.
It felt like I was living it was a long time. And I'm like, yo, that's a long amount of time.
Yeah, but it really.
But in my dream, it was probably a fucking blip. But
like
when
that.
I felt it, I felt like I was living those moments and having that moment. And I'm like, damn, this is a good amount of time I've been over here. Like in the dream state. So yeah, that's what it's. So it's like, how do you explain that? Because it's not, like I said, it's not like I'm feeling like I'm there. And if I was there for a day, I felt like I was there for a day. Like that's how real it was. And it may not that I didn't see the whole day. I might only saw the moment, but I felt like I've been there all day or whatever, if that was what it was. But it's shit like that where I'm like, you feel it in the moment. And so and so when I was moving those spaces, it was like, I think, like I said, another one, I was in a hospital and I remember walking around the hospital and going to different fucking rooms and looking at shit You know, and I'm like, I was there, like walking around and doing stuff that had to take some time. But in the moment, it doesn't feel like there's time at all.
No.
You don't feel like there's time at all, but you have the feeling of time. But you don't experience the time. It's like it's just happening. You're just in that
dream.
moment.
Yeah. You're in that.
Yeah. And it's like, how do you explain that?
Right.
I'm trying right now.
I don't know.
So yeah, it's like shit like that, or you don't.
You just said it.
Yeah.
Just like you're in that.
Yeah.
But you're asleep.
Yeah. So what do you call that?
You're
Right.
asleep.
Right. What do you call that?
You're acting no, you're not.
That's
acting.
how real it is.
Right. It felt like you could perform this shit.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're up.
But it's also like they say, if you go to your other dimensions, your other levels, you can pull things out of that and bring it back.
Yeah.
So maybe that's at those moments. Those are the moments I'm out grabbing shit. Okay, yeah, I need this. So I'm in that moment. Yeah, I need this. So I'm in that moment. I'm just grabbing certain things. That could be why dreams get erratic sometimes and jump around, because you're in those moments just grabbing shit. You know what I mean? Whatever information is in that moment, you're grabbing it.
Right.
Could be that.
Maybe your brain is for saying it too.
Right. Well, it's bringing it into you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You're doing. You got you're connected to consciousness at that point. Yeah. Yeah. You're connected to consciousness at that point. That's how I would see it. That would make sense. Yeah. Once again.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Sense.
Once again.
It would make sense. Yeah.
Consciousness. We just pull it into the crystal in our fucking head. Come on, folks. We've talked about this before.
And maybe you could feel it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
maybe you'll feel your dream more if you focus on that before you go to sleep.
Yeah, they'd say that. If you focus on certain things before you go to sleep, your mind is more, it'll be influenced more to show you certain things. So yeah. So they say that sometimes if you go to bed with intention, you know, and say like, it's almost like if you go, they say to start with this one because it's very easy. I'll give one to the folks here. Is they say, when I go to sleep tonight, I want to see a red balloon. Pick whatever color you want. A green balloon. I want to see a green balloon in my dream tonight. And just kind of like mantra that to you for a few, you know what I mean? Green balloon, green balloon, green balloon, or whatever, and then go to bed, kind of thing. Just kind of like mantra yourself into a sleep per se. And as you kind of do that, you'll go into your dream state, and it's somewhere in your dream, green balloons will be there or whatever, you know? And it might be just one in the corner, or it might be a bunch of them. Somebody might be walking with a bunch of, who knows? But you'll see it.
Right.
They say you'll see it somewhere, and then you'll be like, you're influencing your shit. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
And so it's like, if you, it's like, what is that? You know, it's like,
Right.
what is that? Are you influenced? Or it's my dream, of course. But it's like, but you can kind of predict things. What does that mean?
So just like if you can manifest things.
Right. That means
you can
manifestation.
manifest
Because yes, right, exactly. It comes together with all that. It means we are projecting and figuring things out. Yeah, it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, that has to make sense. Manifesting and all that stuff makes sense. Projection, it's like, that's what that is. But if you use it in certain states and certain ideas, it gives you different results. You know what I mean? Like the sleeping one, you know, that's a different situation. But yeah, I think you can influence your dreams too if you really put the intention there. I think it's possible, yeah. Which like I said, tells you want to channel and focus on something, so your consciousness brings it to you.
Right.
It has to mean something.
That's what hit me when you said that shit. I was
Yeah.
like, damn. So you got to bring your shit to you.
Right.
If you manifest in the real world,
Yep.
you can change your dream.
You can go the other way.
Dream, right.
It can go the other way. You can. Yep. Because
Jump in the shit.
Because you're right. You're bringing it out, but you can also push it back in and send it the other way. Yeah. That makes sense. I'm into that. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that tonight.
Yeah. Give it a try.
Yeah, I'm gonna really like focus on something at the time, because sometimes I don't be focusing on shit. I just fall the fuck asleep.
Right. Right. Most of us, that's how most of us are just exhausted. So we
Right.
just
Yeah.
fucking collapse. We're not really getting to a moment where we're trying to
I think your body just shut.
Yeah, right. You
all the
just
way
shut down. You're just like, you're done today.
Right. Think about this.
Right. But right, if you put a little intention to it, right. Might make a difference. Might make a difference. Just give it a try. That's why I said give it an easy one. Just pick a balloon and go for it. Or balloons. I mean, come on. Figure it out. How strong do you think you are? Don't be afraid. Yeah. So yeah, consciousness. It's gotta exist. It matters.
Got to.
Should we make that shirt? Consciousness matters. Or is that insensitive?
No.
I'm just kidding.
This matter.
That's a good one. I
Yeah.
think we'll have to put that one together.
Yep. That's the name of the show.
There it is. Consciousness matters.
Easy. Done.
I like it. Yep. We're ready to wrap this thing up soon anyways.
You're done.
That's perfect. Look at that. Top it off. Top this pie off with a cherry. Come on, baby.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
Yep.
I like it. Yeah. Yeah. ppeintox.com. You know what's up.
Yes, sir.
ElevateYourLife.site.
That's right. Get it right, folks.
Was it spread love, spread truth?
Yes, take care of yourself, your mental health, folks. Don't be crashing out here. Please. Stay focused.
Yep. Health is your wealth.
That's all I can say,
Yep.
folks. Stay focused.
Mentally, spiritually, physically.
Yeah.
As best you can. We're all trying. Come on, stop. Not, you know what I mean? I'm not saying go nuts. Unless you want to go nuts.
Right.
But yeah, you know, like we said, one thing at a time. Pick thing. Let's go.
Just chill.
Quit putting it off. You got it. Start today. Right now. Put it down. Stop.
Yeah. Sorry, but people at my job, they motherfuckers motivate me.
Yeah?
So
Motivation speech?
yeah, no, ain't no motivation speak. But I'm just saying, you know, I've been there for what, damn near a week, some change now. And,
Okay.
And ever since I've been in there, the motherfuckers got me doing push-ups and shit.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You got to do push-ups to get in your truck?
she gotta do push-ups,
Nice. See?
and then
Lock you in.
I like that. And I'm like, damn, okay,
Right.
we in there,
Keeping you healthy, man.
right,
Excited about you.
right.
Glad to see you.
It was like, hey, what's up? Let's get that money.
Let's get down.
I said, all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do my thing, but now I'm gonna start going to the gym with them. See?
Oh, see? Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
I'm like, fuck it.
See? Already on your next mission.
Let's go.
You went from the nutrients to
Right.
fucking...
And I'm gonna take my nutrients while I'm at the damn gym.
There it is.
You can see the motherfucker bulk up.
I'm still taking the black seed oil and the oil of oregano. Still taking that.
Yes,
Yep,
sir.
I figured I would just, once I get through the bottles, I don't know. How long do you got to do this shit? Forever?
No. Not forever. Not forever.
I know. I'm just kidding.
But you can do it.
yeah.
Black
Yeah,
seed.
I feel
black
like-
seed you can do it.
Yeah. More often than most.
And
right. I got
right.
you.
And oil of oregano.
Right. But yeah, I was like,
There's just certain things you can't.
I figured I would go through the regime of getting through the bottle. It was like 90 capsules, so that got me through like 45 days. But I'm missing days. Stop it.
Right.
It happens. Sometimes I'll go 2 or 3 days without, and I'm like, "Fuck! I forgot to do this shit again." And then
But it hits
and
you.
then I'll do 2 or 3 days in a row, and then I'll be like forgetting again.
Right.
I'm on and off, man. It's crazy. But like I said, I still fight that relationship with pills, so that's my problem.
Yeah.
I
And
just
it's in your system still too.
But
though.
it's still
Still
working, it's still
circulating.
doing its thing.
Yeah, I'm not a pill guy either, but
Right. But
if it save your life,
yeah, I got to be better. You're right. You're right. I got to be held accountable. I got to be more. See, there's a
do.
moment where I'm not as disciplined on that as I am on other things. I get it.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
There it is. A little Kendrick motivation.
these got be
He said, "Lock in, man. Lock in."
That's it. That's all you gotta do, folks. Stop worrying about the next. And be up next.
Get yourself together. We can't be worried about the world's problems. We just can't do it all. You know, make sure if you got people in the area, make sure they're good. You know, make sure things are straight. Not saying neglect people, but yeah, otherwise, you ain't got. What are you gonna go do? Unless you're gonna go do something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Unless you're gonna go do something, what are you worried about? You know.
Right.
That's that. They can handle it. That's what those. There's real people over there too. They can handle it. They'll get it figured out. You know, and just be like, you know, really at that point, we just kind of got to be like, I command everything to just be working out for their greater good. This is all going to work out for them, and that's really all we can do. You know, it's just keep just going. It's all going to work out for them. It always does.
Hope for the best.
That's it. That's it. That's how we put energy into it. We don't put the energy into the bad shit. We put the energy into, you know what? That's just, everything's going to work out for their good, their greater good. It's going to work itself out. They're going to be fine.
Yeah.
They're going to recover from this. We always do. So, yeah, that's it. After we talked all that shit. That's the final message. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do unless you're going to go do something?
Right.
Unless you're going to go there and help or whatever, or you're going to organize some shit or whatever, there's no point in trying to worry about what they got going on over there. You know, if your people are good, then you're out the way. Let them handle it. It'll get handled. We're a resilient people. We always have been. We're still here, motherfucker.
Droppers. We still here.
Yeah. The last cycle. With that, Awkward Intelligence, I'm Intox, along with
BDot, baby.
And we'll catch you on the next one. Awkward Intelligence. This is Awkward Intelligence.